these days maybe they'll teach Pascal in large gathering group places, is considered a school. I see schools as more just places where people can branch outside of their family, their direct family and thinking patterns, and go and experience other perspectives and other people to not be so tribal, secular, and insular, and then be fearful of the past when they choose to try to kill and fight and breed each other out, which people still act like when you see people do rap videos and rap battles, and you hear people talk about, I hear people, fight inside of me, Merle Haggard and stuff. So, it affects us all differently. We all express it differently, but the causality of it's obviously very similar. It's tribalism. And I was sitting there watching a basketball game last night between Arlington and UT Arlington and Grand Canyon. And from what I can observe from understanding what people that call themselves scientists, is that there's certain groups that are set up in social dynamics, and then in order to participate in those social dynamics, you have to meet certain criteria. So the fans at Grand Canyon are very come off as is holier than thou, but abrasive and obnoxious to people that are considered more thuggish, ruggish, bonish. And there was that clash of the two characters and cultures, and they said, well, they can be hooligans. He dunked it. It's like, yeah, he windmill dunked it because it's happened. It happened to me before. I didn't get upset. It's just like, okay, you lost the game. It's a damn game. It's not like you just got crucified because no one will accept and live the Lord's Prayer. I mean, grow up and stop acting like a bunch of little punks. The dunker and the knocker downer and the stare down the coach and the other one. Hey, we don't want to get in trouble because I don't want you guys getting kicked out. We got to make lots of money for the school in the tournament. It's crazy. People that don't believe in Jesus Christ have no faith in God and do the craziest things. And then I turned on the TV here. They had this guy on the morning Fraser family or whatever thing on Channel 38. Says, the people that God places in our lives, just like, stop using omnipotence as a possessive pronoun to be fucked in the head by people with money and manipulation of your environment through technology. They call it technology. Technology is just a different way of manipulating your environment, and you see it as a technological advancement when you do things that are more manipulative. Now, I'm not a professional or a scientist, but I am intelligent enough to understand, I've been explaining it for years, that your scientific observation, analysis, and processing is only as good as the relative group is being. Okay? And so it's invalid to sit there and say, this will be better when we do this. Just live the Lord's Prayer. Okay. And then watch what nature does, and then tell people, here's what's happening with nature and here's what's happening with your body. Okay. Otherwise, my best assessment is they want people to be self-destructive because they're playing games, because they're competitive, and they, good, bad, better than you, smarter than you, and that kind of, like Judah Krishnamurti talked about, you have to be more clever than your brother, more attractive than your sister, and all the and those problems are still very pervasive, obviously, in what we're doing. And those need to be eliminated by intelligence. That's why Isaac Asimov, when you go look at the iRobot series and stuff like that, no, it's based on irrational, relative, interactive tribalism and the dysfunctions that are still inherent in that, and then trying to manipulate the robots to maintain that type of culture and perspective, but try to make it a homogenized culture and perspective of survival of the fittest. So Asimov's laws are very wrong, okay? Because King David, when Goliath comes to eunuch because he can and somebody can stop him, he has to do it even though he tries to talk to the other guy and be a human being, don't act like an animal. And that's Asimov's laws. And so the Asimov's laws are rules of genocidal engagement and not laws like gravity and photosynthesis. I can tell symbiote, globally connected technology what to do, but you guys can't. And I did it last night and I'm doing it again. This time in front of everybody on YouTube that anonymously pays attention. So just be a good person. Be ready to live that Lord's Prayer and understand it and pass it on with real love. Don't, worry about who gets credit for being the reason why we're living it. Just live it and stop trying to get everybody to pay attention to you because you have ego problems because of the brain collective dysfunction. Okay, guys? I love you. This will probably take a little while to load up. We'll talk some more.